Rajeshwari MJ. She pursued her BE in Electrical and Electronics at the People's Education Society College of Engineering, Mandya. She pursued her MTech in VLSI Design and Embedded Systems at the Sri Jagadguru Balagangadharanta Institute of Technology, Bangalore. Her personal skills lie in good verbal and written communication skills. Her areas of interest lie in OOPS with C++, renewable energy sources, HVDC transmission, digital relays, automotive electronics, advances in VLSI design. She has also had papers presented at the national level, such as the Innovative Architecture for SoC Multi-Core Hybrid Processor, presented at the RNSIT, Bangalore.
Welcome to UGC lecture series of BSc Physics Honours. Today we are dealing with the subject digital electronics. In the digital electronics, we are going to deal with the section analog circuits. Some of the topics in analog circuits, we are going to start with the integrated circuits. Today we are going to discuss about monolithic ICs, fabrication of FETs, fabrication of resistors and capacitors, thin and thick film technology, IC package and symbols. Let us start with the monolithic ICs. As the name says, the monolithic ICs is one in which all circuit components and their interconnection are made on a single thin wafer or single silicon chip or silicon material. All the circuit components and interconnection are made. That is why it is called as monolithic ICs. So, how the monolithic IC fabrication will be takes place and what are the steps involved in the monolithic ICs? The very first step in the monolithic IC fabrication is P substrate, the formation of P substrate. How the P substrate is formed? A cylindrical P-type silicon crystal is grown having typical dimension of 25 centimeter long and 2.5 centimeter diameter. This is what we can observe from the figure 1. P-type silicon crystal will be grown and it is having the length of 25 centimeter. The diameter of the cylinder will be of 2.5 centimeter and the crystal is then cut by a diamond saw into many thin wafers like how we can observe in the figure 2. The typical thickness will be of 200 micrometer. One side of a wafer is polished, this side of the all the sides of wafer is polished to get rid of surface imperfections. This wafer is called as a substrate or wafer. The ICs are produced on this wafer only. So, the formation of the P substrate is a very first step in the fabrication of a monolithic ICs. So, now we get the P substrate. On top of this P substrate, all the remaining electronic components of a circuit will be fabricated. The next step will be epitaxial N layer. So, this is important, how we are going to form the N layer on top of P substrate. So, we need to put this P substrate into a diffusion furnace where a gas mixture of silicon atoms and pentavalent atoms is passed over on the wafer. This forms a thin layer, that is of N type semiconductor layer will be formed on the P substrate. So, the formation of N type semiconductor on the heated surface of the substrate will be shown here. This is how the epitaxial layer that is formed on the P substrate and this will be what that is already we know that the thickness will be 200 micrometer, the epitaxial layer thickness will be 10 micrometer. So, it is thin that the whole integrated circuit is formed here. So, this is how the epitaxial layer is formed. The next step is insulating layer. So, after this we need to avoid the epitaxial layer from external exposure. So, we are going to make a formation of a insulating layer. So, the insulated layer is formed by a thin silicon dioxide layer about a thickness of 1 micrometer thickness and this is how it is showed. This can be achieved by the combination of oxygen atoms combined with the silicon atoms. When the pure oxygen is diffused on the N type substrate, the silicon atom will combine with the oxygen and form a silicon dioxide layer. So, this is going to help us in the in getting insulating layer, and the insulating layer thickness will be of 1 micrometer. Next will be the producing components. So, we have P substrate on top of N epitaxial layer and also insulated layer also obtained. So, now we are going to able to achieve the components. The components can be achieved with the etching or windowing, like etching and the silicon layer or insulating layer, we are able to get N type material which can be able to achieve the for depositing different electronic components on the substrate. So, wherever it is necessary, we can produce diodes transistor by etching the silicon dioxide layer. Next will be etching. Before any impurity is added to the substrate, the oxide layer is etched. The process of etching exposes the epitaxial layer. So, this will be going to permits us to produce the different electronic components. That is what, when we are going to etch the silicon dioxide layer, the epitaxial layer will going to expose. So, this will going to help us in getting a desired electronic components in a required position. So, that wherever it is required, we can etch the silicon dioxide layer to get the required components. So, the last thing is chips. After production of components and etching, the chips will be formed, and from the figure we can able to observe the chips, how the chips are formed. This is the entire wafer, the silicon substrate. After the production of components, everything does this wafer will be of having small rectangular boxes. Each rectangular boxes will be called as a individual chips, and each chips will be having integrated circuits. The whichever circuits that we need to fabricate, that will be fabricated on individual chips. So, this is what we call as a mass production on a single wafer. The wafer will be of P substrate. On top of P substrate only we are going to get integrated circuits, and this can be obtained with a n number of chips, and this n number of chips can be easily separated with the help of rectangular boxes that made on a wafer. We can easily separate this chip, and which can be encapsulated with the package material, and the terminals also can be enclosed with the mountings and enclosed with the package material, so that the terminals will be helpful for mounting this chips on a circuits or printed circuit boards, which will be helpful for a usage. The next will be the important things. We know the different steps that involved in a monolithic IC fabrication. So, now we are going to apply all these steps for fabricating transistor. How the transistor is formed? The figure shows the formation of a transistor. The very first step that will going to be is the etching of silicon dioxide layer. We get the P substrate, N substrate, on top of silicon dioxide will be there, but after etching of silicon dioxide layer, the sides of the silicon dioxide layer will be etched off, so that we need to get a N well. So, we need to get a N well means we need to diffuse a P substrate with trivalent atom, so that we will able to get a N type of well will be get with the help of exposing this to the trivalent atom. So, we are able to achieve the N type of well here. The second step in the figure we can observe this. So, after getting the N diffuse the N type of material, we need to again diffuse the N type material with the insulating layer, so that we can avoid the exposure of N type material to the external environment. So, this has to be achieved with the exposure of oxygen atom on the N type material, which will going to combine with the silicon material, forming silicon dioxide layer. So, entire surface will be covered with the silicon dioxide layer. Next step, the windowing. So, we need to get the N epitaxial layer. So, exposure of N epitaxial layer can be achieved by etching the particular area where we need N type material. So, in that position we can etch the insulated area. This etching of insulated area is called as windowing, so that the N type material is exposed. So, now we are going to get a p-type material. So, we need to get a p-type material, means this on the windowed position we need to diffuse the pentavalent material. So, n-type material will be converted into p-type. The deposition of p-type material can be achieved by diffusing the pentavalent atom on the n-type. So, we can achieve the p-type material fabrication over n-type. So, this will going to produce a P and N. So, P and N type of material will be deposited here. Again we need to cover entire thing will with the help of insulator. So, this will be again achieved with the help of pure oxygen diffusion over the P type material. So, this insulated layer will be entirely covered. So, till here what we get is called as a diode. So, P-N junction diode is formed. So, what actually we are studying is fabrication of transistor. So, before fabrication of transistor, till the 6th step, that what we fabricated is diode. Further process is there, that is next 7th, after 7th will be the fabrication of transistor step. So, what we get in the 6th step, that is also called as diode. Diodes fabrication also studied with the help of transistor fabrication. Next we move on to the 7th step. Here what we get is a P-N type, that is diode we get with the help of P-N material. So, to get a transistor we need to again window, the etching of silicon dioxide layer or insulating layer is done, that is windowing is done, where the P-type material is exposed. So, that we need to add one more type of material to get a transistor like N-P-N transistor. So, N-type material is formed by diffusing a trivalent atom on top of a P-type material to get a N-type material. So, diffusion of trivalent atom on P-type material, we will get N-type material in the step 4. So, in the last step where again the formation of silicon dioxide layer is made, and finally the terminals will be made with the help of etching at a particular type of substrate. So, for N, P and N all will be having free terminals with the help of metallic electrode connected to the different type of substrate. We can able to achieve the interconnection of a 3 terminals, that is E, B, C. So, this will how the fabrication process of a monolithic IC. So, using the monolithic IC steps, we are able to fabricate a transistor of having all the steps that involved in a monolithic ICs. So, the same procedure of monolithic IC fabrication will be involved in fabricating resistors, and here the resistor will also have the same process. The very first thing is how we get a P substrate, on top of N substrate will be there, the silicon dioxide layer will be formed. After that this will be etched, the silicon dioxide layer or insulating layer is etched, so that the windowing, that is a process is called as windowing, where the exposure of epitaxial layer is formed. So, and epitaxial layer is formed, in the sense we need to get another type of material, that is P type material will be get by diffusing pentavalent atom on the N type material to get a P type material. So, we can achieve the P type material on N type material by diffusing a pentavalent atom. So, after getting a P type material, again the covering of a P type material can be done by exposing it to the oxygen, that is pure oxygen. So, that the insulating layer will cover entire surface of a P type material. Finally, the terminals can be made at a particular point, that is on the P type material both the terminals are made with the help of etching. So, this is how the resistor fabrication is done. The value of a resistor is determined by the material, its length and area of cross section, and also the high resistors are long and narrow, while low resistance resistors are short and of greater cross section. This is the two important thing that we need to remember, that will going to gives us the nature of a resistor, that is the value of resistor can be determined by materials that use and its length and area of cross section, and also high resistance resistors are always long and narrow, while the low resistance resistor are short and of greater cross section. This will going to help us in studying the fabrication of resistor. Next we move on to the another electronic component fabrication, that is capacitor. The capacitor can be fabricated in a very easy 3 steps, where the substrate will be this on the n type material will be exposed, the insulating layer will be etched and the n type material will be exposed, and again the n type material will be covered with the help of silicon dioxide layer. To form an N well, we are going to use the trivalent diffusion on top of n type material, so that we can able to achieve the n type material. On top of it, this is a silicon dioxide layer is formed. This will going to act as a in dielectric medium for a capacitor. So, there will be a 2 electrodes, one electrodes will be of thin electrode, another will be of a thick electrode. 2 terminals of a capacitor 1 and 2 can be represented, and it can be placed in a proper area with the help of etching. The value of capacitor formed that depends upon the dielectric constant of silicon dioxide layer, thickness of silicon dioxide layer and the area of cross section of the 2 electrodes. So, the value of capacitor is always depend upon the silicon dioxide layer and the thickness of silicon dioxide layer and the area of cross section of the 2 electrodes. So, this is how the fabrication of capacitor can be achieved with the help of monolithic fabrication IC. Next, the simple monolithic IC, how it looks. We know all the components like electronic, all the electronic components fabrications, that is resistor fabrication, transistor, capacitor and diode also we studied. So, this is what, this is a capacitor which is having single terminals, and P and N, this will easily we can able to identify easily this is as a resistor, because both the terminals will be on the P type material. So, the major difference between resistor and diode, it looks same, only difference is in the terminals position. So, in a resistor the 2 terminals will be on P type material, whereas in diode the terminals will be in different types. N type will be one terminal and P type will be of another terminal. So, this will be the major difference between resistor and diode. And finally, the transistor also we come to know, this is having a NPN type transistor with the 3 terminals EBC. So, all these will be fabricated on a single wafer P substrate. The P layer will be having no current carriers, this will be having absolute insulator for this. So, all the electronic components can be easily integrated on the P substrate. Next, we move on to thin film fabrication. Thin films provide greater precision in components value. The film deposition can be done using any of the following methods, and these are the methods that involved in a fabricating process of a thin film. The very first thing is vacuum evaporation method and plating technique, where electroplating and electroless plating are used in a plating techniques, and sputtering. Sputtering is another technique that is used in thin film fabrication, where in the sputtering material to be deposited on is subjected to heavy bombardment by the ions of a heavy inert gas. The atoms are given out from cathode, migrate away from cathode through low pressure inert gas and finally land on the substrate. So, whatever the deposition of the material will be done, that will be done with the help of inert gases. The inert gases is come out from a cathode with a low pressure. This will going to combine with the P substrate material to form a particular type of material that can be diffused on the P substrate. So, the last step involved is screening. This screening uses screen woven from very fine silk threads and mounted on aluminum frames. The screen is coated with photosensitive emulsions. The screen is placed on substrate and components are deposited by driving squeegee across the pattern screen. Using a screening, we can able to achieve the fabrication of different electronic components on the aluminum coating. So, the advantages of thin film are good high frequency response, high component package density, resistors can be trimmed to precision, simple processing techniques. These are the 4 advantages of thin film IC. Next is a thick film fabrication. Thick film fabrication technique involves following steps. One is a screen printing, another one is substrate firing. These are the two techniques that we are going to use in a thick film fabrication. The advantages of thick film are low fabrication cost, good high frequency response, very low tolerance cause of trimming, highly stable and reliable, simple fabrication techniques. The IC packaging, this is one of the important thing. After fabrication of any integrated circuit, the packing is very important because the ICs are very sensitive to the external environment. So, it may cause damage due to the external exposure. So, we need to protect from the external environment by suitable packing of ICs. So, the materials that we are going to use for IC packaging are hermetic, metal or ceramic with glass. The very first thing types are hermetic, that where we are going to use metal or ceramic with the glass, or all these things can be used to cover the ICs. Next will non-hermetic, mostly plastics are used for packing. So, plastics are cheaper than hermetic, but are still not regarded as satisfactory in extremes of temperature and humidity. Most of the ICs comes with the non-hermetic package. For extreme high temperature, it is not recommended for going for plastic type of packaging or non-hermetic type. So, the three most popular type of IC package are shown here, that is TO5 package, which resembles a small signal transistor in both appearance and size, but difference in is that it is having 8 to 10 or 12 pigtail types of LEDs. So, this is having 10 or 12 or 8 pigtail LEDs that will going to help us for external connections. This is how the very first type of packaging, that is TO5 will appears. This is exactly look like a transistor, but it is not. The close LED spacing and difficulty of removal from a printed circuit board has diminished this property of using where. So, this is having more number of pigtail LEDs. This LEDs will be of very closer. So, this will be make us too difficult in getting out of a printed circuit board. So, the usage of this will be difficult. So, mounting on the circuit board and getting out of circuit board is difficult with the TO5 package, that is why it is not more popular. Next will be the flat pack. Flat pack will be the container with 14 LEDs, 7 on each side. This will be having a flat LED. The LEDs are like in a flat plane, that is why it is called as a flat pack. Next will be the dual inline, where the 14 LEDs will be there. This is the most popular type of packaging used. Each side will be having 7 pins, and all these will be externally can be easily mounted on a printed circuit board, and it can be easily removed because it is having 14 pins and each sides will be having 7 pins. Next will be IC symbols. The IC symbols is not of standard one. IC symbols can be due to for our reference and convenience or to study only, we have certain symbols for like operational amplifiers. Symbol that we are going to use is like this. We can able to study the audio amplifier with the help of symbols like this, which is having 3 transistors, 3 resistor and 8 terminals. This is the RF amplifier, which is having 3 transistors, 3 resistors and 8 terminals. So, totally 8 terminals will be there, which will be having 3 transistors and 3 resistors. The same amplifiers, which is having IC audio amplifier, symbol will be same for all the amplifier, only thing the terminals will be different. Inside this is what we call as a abstract symbol or a black box. So, inside this will be the integrated circuit will be there, which is having 6 transistors, 2 diodes, 17 resistors and has a 12 total 12 terminals will be there. So, all these components together 6 transistor, 2 diodes, 17 resistor will form the IC audio amplifier. So, the summary of this session, what we come across in the session is the very first thing is fabrication process. So, the monolithic IC fabrication techniques. In the monolithic IC fabrication techniques, there are different steps involved. Very first thing is P substrate and N epitaxial layer, and then insulating layer formation and production of components, and the last one is the interconnection or chips, how the chips are made. The last will be the interconnection of chips, interconnection or how the chips is formed. The very first thing is P substrate is formed with the help of a cylindrical silicon material, which will going to cut with the help of diamond cutter. The diamond cutter will going to cut a very long 25 centimeter long cylindrical silicon material. This will going to form a P substrate. On top of this P substrate, we are going to integrate all the remaining electronic components, that is the different process will be involved like etching, diffusion, exposure to the different diffusion of gases like trivalent atom or pentavalent atom to get a P or N type material. Everything will be carried out on this P type of material. Since the P type of material will be having no carriers, it is exactly like an insulator. So, this P type material will be used for fabricating different kinds of electronic components. So, all these steps will be involved in a monolithic IC fabrication. Next, we move on to thin and thick film technology. Thin and thick film also one of the type of fabrication ICs, where in a thin and thick film it is a sputtering is used in a thin film IC technology, and a thick film IC the screen printing is used. And in IC packaging also we come across the IC packaging. IC packages plays very important role, where we are going to place the chips, the fabricated chips will be mounted on a particular material which will going to help or protects the ICs from the external environment. And the IC symbols, which is not a standardized IC symbols, that is where the symbols that usually we are used only for amplifiers like different audio amplifier or RF amplifiers, and which is having a different number of electronic components inside, and the terminals also different for different amplifiers. The questions of the session are: explain how electronic circuit consists of different components can be constructed in a monolithic ICs. Next, explain the fabrication steps involved in producing transistor. Why is DIL, that is dual inline IC package, the most popular? The references of web references will be talkingelectronics.com. Textbook references are Digital Fundamentals by Thomas L. Floyd and Digital Principles and Application by Donald P. Leach and Albert Paul Malvino. This ends the session. Thank you.